With the recent emergence of superstar and MVP candidate Luka Doncic, it got me thinking. How accurately would I be able to predict who some of the best NBA players will be in 5 years? There have been players who have stayed in the top 10 for most of the past decade, such as LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, etc. But then again, 5 years ago, nobody thought that players like Giannis Antetokounmpo and Luka Doncic would be on the top of the NBA dominating like they are. So I thought I would give my best shot at predicting who the top 10 NBA stars will be for the 2024-2025 NBA season. Let's get into this. What's up, ballers? Welcome back to EJA B-Ball. Before we get started, hurry, like the video in 5 seconds for a free Chick-fil-A sandwich. Also, I'm doing an NBA jersey giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, so if you want a chance to win an NBA jersey of your choice, all you have to do is subscribe. But that's enough self-promotion, let's get into this video. Alright, before we start, I want to say a few disclaimers. I recognize that this list will almost be completely incorrect. There are future stars that are still in college, overseas, and even in high school. There will unfortunately also be injuries that will deter these players from becoming stars. This means that in 2025, if this list is bad, y'all are not allowed to roast me, okay? Alright, first off, we're gonna start with some honorable mentions. These are guys that I really wanted to put onto this list, but I couldn't fit them. First honorable mention is Jason Tatum. Tatum is having a great third season, averaging around 21 points per game at only 21 years old. I really wanted to put Tatum on this list, but he was barely snubbed by number 10. Second honorable mention is Joel Embiid. Joel is one of the best centers in the game right now. At only 25, Joel has shown that he is a star in this league. I didn't put Embiid on this list because we have seen injury trouble with Embiid in the past. By the time 2025 comes around and Joel Embiid is 30, I believe Joel will have deteriorated and won't be as dominant as he was when he was 25. Third honorable mention is Nikola Jokic. Jokic is also one of the best big men in the league today at age 24. The Nuggets are having a great season this season, but Jokic's stats have taken a bit of a step back. I'm scared that by the time he is 29, he will have deteriorated as well, so I am not putting him on this list. Fourth honorable mention is Ja Morant. I also really wanted to put Ja on this list. He is having an amazing rookie season, averaging almost 18 points per game and 7 assists per game at only 20 years old. The reason I didn't put Ja on this list is because he will still be a bit young in 2025. He will be 25 and he very well could be a top 10 player then, but by the time he is around 27-28, I believe he will definitely be a top 10 player. My last honorable mention is Zion Williamson. Zion has been injured this entire season and hasn't played a single regular season game in the NBA. Zion was dominant with his play with Duke in the NCAA and was a beast in the preseason, averaging around 23 points per game and 7 rebounds per game. Zion could also very well be on this list, but I just haven't seen enough of him in the NBA for me to be able to put him on. With that being said, let's get into this top 10. At number 10, I have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA has had a very impressive sophomore season, averaging 19.8 points per game and 5.3 rebounds per game, on 46.2% shooting and 33.8% shooting from 3 at age 21. Shai has taken a huge jump from his rookie season, averaging 9 more points per game. Shai has been a huge part of the Thunder's success as of recent. We have seen glimpses of stardom this season from Shai. He is a great on-ball defender, and we have seen him be able to score the ball like a star. In 2025, Shai will be 26 years old. I have his prime stats at around 25.6 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and 6 assists per game, on 48% shooting and 39% shooting from deep. I believe that he will continue to grow into an all-star and one of the league's top players. At number 9, I have Donovan Mitchell. Donovan has played outstanding in his first 3 seasons in the league. This season, Donovan is averaging 25 points per game and 4.4 assists per game, on 46.2% shooting and 36.2% shooting from 3 at age 23. Donovan is a great scorer and a good on-ball defender. We have also seen Donovan play very well in the playoffs in the last 2 seasons. In 5 years from now, I can definitely see Donovan being a top 10 player in the league. I have his prime stats at around 28.4 points per game, 5.5 assists per game, and 5 rebounds per game, on 49% shooting and 38% shooting from 3. In 2025, Donovan will be 28, which means that he will be right in the middle of his prime. I believe that he will grow to be a multiple-time All-Star and one of the league's top players. At number 8, I have D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell is currently in his 5th season and having the best season of his career, averaging 23.2 points per game and 6 assists per game on 43.3% shooting and 36.3% shooting from deep at age 23. D'Lo has shown great progression throughout his career. He broke out as an All-Star last season with the Nets. Now, D'Lo is the leading scorer on the Warriors. I believe that if you give D'Lo another 5 years to develop his game, he can be one of the best guards in the league. I have his prime stats at around 26.3 points per game and 8.5 assists per game, on 47% shooting and 39% shooting from 3. There have been lots of trade speculation with the Warriors and D'Lo. 5 years from now, D'Lo might not be on the Warriors, but I do believe that whatever team he ends up on will have one of the best guards in the league. At number 7, I have Devin Booker. Devin Booker has been outstanding in his first 5 seasons. This season, Devin is averaging 26.2 points per game and 6.5 assists per game, on 51% shooting and 35.8% shooting from 3, at age 23. Devin has shown already that he is one of the league's top scorers. At just 20 years old, Devin Booker scored 70 points in a game versus the Celtics, the 11th 70-point game in history, even though the Suns still lost. Unfortunately for Devin, the Suns have not had a winning season since drafting him. They have failed to put the correct pieces around him, and that is not a knock on Devin. In 5 years from now, I can see Devin being one of, if not the best shooting guards in the league. For his prime stats, I have Devin averaging around 29 points per game and 6.7 assists per game, on 52% shooting and 38.5% shooting from 3. Hopefully by that time, Devin will finally have some playoff experience under his belt, but this man is special. At number 6, I have Karl Anthony Towns. Cat has had an impressive 5 seasons since being in the league. This season, Cat is averaging 26.5 points per game and 11.6 rebounds per game, on 51.4% shooting and 41.8% shooting from 3 at age 24. Towns has already shown that he is one of the best big men in the league. He is also one of the best shooters in the league, and this is huge since not many big men can shoot like he can. In 2025, I see Cat only being better than what he is now. For Cat, I have his prime stats at around 28.7 points per game, 12.3 rebounds per game, on 54% shooting and 43% shooting from 3. Hopefully, the Timberwolves will be able to put a good roster around Cat in that time, so we can see some playoff games with him. But Cat is going to kill it for a long time. Funny how I have the 3 best friends in a row at 8, 7, and 6. At number 5, I have Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons has had 3 very good seasons. This season, Ben is averaging 14.9 points per game, 8.6 assists per game, and 7.5 rebounds per game, on 56.3% shooting at age 23. Ben has been a great point guard in his time with the 76ers. He has turned the 76ers into a playoff team and has shown that he could lead his team alongside Joel Embiid deep into the playoffs. Only thing is, I am not sure if the pairing of Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons is the perfect fitting. I believe at some point, the 76ers will have to pick one to center their team around. I am of the thought process that if Ben Simmons has the correct players centered around him, it is possible for him to be able to play at a level like Magic Johnson or even LeBron James. Now, he has a lot of development to do before this even becomes close to a reality, but I think it is possible. I have Ben's prime stats at around 23 points per game, 9.8 assists per game, and 8.7 rebounds per game, on 51% shooting and around 32% shooting from 3. In 5 years, if Ben Simmons can develop his jump shot and the rest of his game, he can be one of the biggest stars in the league. At number 4, I have Anthony Davis. AD has had an amazing career so far. AD is averaging 27.1 points per game and 9.4 rebounds per game, on 50.4% shooting and 29.7% shooting from 3 at age 25. I think it is fair to say that right now, Anthony Davis is a top 5 player in the game. In 5 years from now, I believe that this will be the same. Anthony shows night in and night out that he is one of the best big men in the league and all time. Anthony is having a monster season with his new teammate LeBron. By the time 2025 comes around, I think it is safe to say that AD will have some rings around his hand from championships with the Lakers. He is currently in his prime right now, but I have his prime stats at around 29 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, and around 2.3 blocks per game, on 53% shooting and 34% shooting from 3. AD is a fantastic player right now, and if he continues to grow and win, he will be one of the best players of all time. At number 3, I have Trae Young. Trae has been incredible in his first 2 seasons. Trae is currently averaging 28.9 points per game and 8.4 assists per game, on 44.8% shooting and 37.5% shooting from 3, at only 21 years old. Trae has been incredible offensively this season. We all know just how good Steph Curry is. At one point in his career, some would consider him to be the best player in the league, even better than LeBron. This is the amount of potential that I see with Trae Young. I think Trae is that good. In 5 years from now, when he is 26, he will just be entering his prime. I see his prime stats being at around 30 points per game and 9.2 assists per game, on 47% shooting and 39.5% shooting from 3. By the time it is 2025, Steph Curry will no longer be the player that he is today, sadly. I can definitely see Trae Young filling his shoes and becoming one of the best point guards of all time. At number 2, I have Luka Doncic. Many of you probably thought that I would have him at number 1, but that is not the case. Luka has had an amazing 2 seasons in the NBA. Luka is averaging an amazing 29.7 points per game, 8.9 assists per game, and 9.7 rebounds per game, on 47.5% shooting and 33.1% shooting from 3, at only 20 years old. Luka is probably having the best sophomore season of all time, if not a close second. He is also leading the Mavericks to a playoff spot this season. In 5 years, Luka could possibly develop to be the league's best player. I see his prime stats being at around 31.7 points per game, 8.5 rebounds per game, and 8.7 assists per game, on 49.7% shooting and 39.5% shooting from 3. Even with the crazy numbers that Luka is putting up night after night, I simply could not put him before the player at number 1. I know Luka will be a superstar in this league for a very long time, but I just can't see him being better than number 1. And finally, at number 1, I have Taco Fall. Taco Fall is having an incredible season, averaging... Just kidding. At number 1, I have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Unlike Luka, Giannis did not start off his career being a superstar. He worked his way up from being a role player to most improved player to then being named last year's MVP. Giannis is averaging a crazy 30.2 points per game, 12.8 rebounds per game, and 5.5 assists per game, on 55.1% shooting and 31.9% shooting from 3, at only 25 years old. It is this insane work ethic that I have seen from Giannis that makes me put him over Luka. Giannis is already an MVP talent right now. Give Giannis another 5 years to potentially improve his jump shot and the rest of his game, and you are talking about a LeBron-type talent. I do believe that Giannis will continue to get better. He is already in his prime right now, but I see his prime stats being around 32 points per game, 13.1 rebounds per game, and 6.2 assists per game, on 56.3% shooting and 36% shooting from 3. The sky's the limit for Giannis. All that's left for us to see from him is winning the championship. Once he does that, he is most definitely one of the best players in NBA history. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much if you made it this far into the video. If you could, please like and subscribe, it means so much to me. And like I said in the beginning, we're doing an NBA jersey giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, so if you want to have a chance to win an NBA jersey of your choice, all you have to do is subscribe. But this has been EJA B-Ball, and I'm out.